Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to the Food and Pharma Logistics Trend Talk. I'm Keren, Director of Editorial Content at Healthcare Packaging Magazine. Anti-counterfeiting efforts are critical with COVID tests and treatment, in addition to traceability needs for both food and pharmaceutical products in general. The Drug Supply Chain Security Act, or DSCSA, is a series of escalating deadlines intended to raise the level of security of the U.S. pharma supply chain through transparency. With regulation deadlines approaching, we talk with Aladin Alkhawam, Director of Global Serialization at Pharmaceuticals, about implementing traceability solutions for a secure pharma supply chain. Aladin, thanks so much for being on today.
Thank you. Glad to be here.
So what's new that you're seeing this year in implementing traceability systems?
So what's due this year, a requirement from the FDA is to have verification route services known as VRS. This is supposed to take effect November 27th, 2020. Although there's industry requests for the FDA to see if they can actually push out the enforcement till maybe another 6 months or so, but we don't know yet for sure yet. So that being said, the industry itself is getting ready to meet that requirement, as well as wholesalers are also counting on actually rolling out and meeting that requirements by November 27th, 2020.
But it's a tough thing to put together, that sort of interoperable system, right?
That is true, especially with the current, COVID-19 that actually put a stop on a lot of the requirements as far as testing and communicating with partners, whether upstream or downstream partners. So the verification requirement is that the wholesaler have to be able to verify and authenticate a product comes back that is good, that could be resold, it could be restocked and resold. And wholesalers don't have the time or the ability to just take product back and have it sit in their warehouses. Space is limited, real estate is very, very tough. So they want to be able to verify an item as it comes back rather quickly and be able to restock it and resell it to resupply the market. So that's where it becomes very challenging.
Sure. And so do you have any lessons learned that you can give to the audience, knowing that you've kind of been dealing in this space for a long time?
Yeah, so lessons learned is you have to do a lot of testing, and master data is critical. You have to make sure that your master data is accurate and complete, because what happened is that part of there are 4 elements that the VRS will be looking for: lot number, expiration date, G10 number, and the CR number. And if there's any mismatch between these elements, the verification response could be negative. Now, GS1 has been working with the industry as well, and came up with standards for failures and standard messages. Although it's not everybody's agreeing to it yet, because there's a lot of them are left to the company itself or the manufacturer itself on how to respond to certain responses. But this gives you some guidance and some guidelines as to what to expect when you have a mismatch or a failure. Some of it could be a human error. It could be somebody scanned the item twice. It could be that there's somebody, if they're doing a manual entry into the system, fat-fingered a number or so. There are 2 ways of doing the verification. There's service providers that are providing systems where you scan an item and pulls up, you upload your data or your master data into their systems and it's there. And some companies are choosing to build their own lookup directory, and they have their own system. So with that, you have to expect some mismatch, if you will, between some of these data. There's billions of data in there, between all the companies. So that being said, testing is critical, master data is critical, being able to communicate with your upstream, downstream partners is very critical to have that be implemented successfully.
Awesome. All right. Well, thank you for those tips. I'm sure that testing is definitely going to play a critical role as we move forward with these, regardless of whether we see that enforcement delay or not. Aladin, just wanted to say thank you so much for being here with us today.
Thank you so much. My pleasure.